in the office there was no issue because it's more international and so on. But at outside office, sometimes they don't know English. Normally, typically we take a walk and then again start and again have a coffee break at 3 or 4 o'clock.
Hello and welcome to 20 Minutes Abroad, the podcast where we talk about different cultures from different countries. My guest today is Shardul. He is originally from India but has moved around quite a bit in his life. The first question I have for you today is, what is the biggest difference between your culture and the Austrian culture?
Hello everyone. So first of all, thank you for having me here. And coming to your question, so from my point of view, I think there are several differences between Indian and Austrian culture. Indian culture, for me, culture is basically, based on the beliefs, your value system, the way you are born and brought up, and so on. When it comes to India, so as you know, India has most of the religions, people staying from most of the religions, and it is so diverse. Basically, there are several kinds of people, several kind of religions, several kind of beliefs, several kind of states, food, etc., etc. So for me, it's not so easy to define Indian culture in one sentence or one summary, because it's so diverse for me. So that is uniqueness of Indian culture. When it comes to Austrian, of course, Austria is a really small country than India. So overall, my experience is, it has some uniqueness compared to Indian culture. So for example, Indian culture is mainly depends upon, it's very family centric, very social. People tend to socialize a lot. All our festivals, celebrations, there's a lot of people involved. A lot of people go to each other's houses and celebrate several events and so on. When it comes to Austria, Austrians also do celebrate festivals and so on. But compared to India, it is a bit moderate. It's more, very close family celebration. And in Austria, there's a lot of respect given to your personal space, your individual interest.
Thank you for your answer. For the second question, you can pick that one yourself. So we have some cards here, or more like travel tickets.
Okay.
And you can pick one, and if you turn it around, there's a number on it.
Okay.
So just...
Okay. Yeah, it's seat number 18.
Yeah, thank you. So the question I have for you is, how is New Year's Eve celebrated in your home country?
Okay. In India, so basically I am from western part of the India. But most of my professional life I have spent in a city called Bengaluru. So it is... Silicon City of India, and also in India it's called Garden City of India. So normally in the New Year, so basically on the Christmas time and New Year, it is very again vibrant. If you go to malls or several shops, so there are a lot of people doing shopping and so on. And especially on 31st, normally you invite your friends or family members and you celebrate. Like for example, you will cook nice food, some snacks, because we love food, and then at the midnight, then we cut the cake to welcome the new year. And then we also wish our close family member, like we call our parents if they're not with us, to wish them happy new year and so on. And we also burst crackers a lot, like here. Cool. So and again, if there are youngsters, then they would like, they meet in some restaurants to celebrate New Year with all the friends and so on. So it varies, but depends on people and their current setup. With kids and all, you would celebrate at home, and the next day of the New Year normally most of the people are religious in India. So irrespective of region, people will go to mosque or people will go to temples, to pray because it's start of the new year, to get the blessings.
That sounds really nice. Okay, then let's start into the topic area 1 and let's talk a bit about the everyday life in, first of all, India. So how would you describe a typical day in India?
So basically, maybe I can bring my experiences. So I spent about 15 years in Bangalore for my previous job. And typical day in major cities like Bangalore is basically, you wake up and first thing Indian people start with is a hot tea or a coffee. So you make a fresh tea or coffee, enjoy it, spend some time, read some news and so on, and then they get ready for day-to-day activities. So then, of course, if you have children, and then you have to make them ready for school and give them shower, etc. And especially for children who are going to schools, normally in major cities in India, there are school buses. So school buses will take children to the school and so on, which is not here. This is the main difference. And then basically you get ready, you will have breakfast, and like cities like Bangalore, which is very crowded, and sometimes at rush hours there is a traffic and so on. So like personally, I used to sometimes do the carpooling with my colleagues. So we'll go together to office because sometimes you need to spend a lot of time in the car because it's a bit far and it takes time. Or there are other options, like you also have possibility to go by public transport. There are also now metros coming in cities like Bangalore, so you can also go by metro if your office is nearby a metro station. And there are several companies are also offering the bus services to go to office. So there are several options available to go to office. So sometimes you will have breakfast at home, or in many companies they offer breakfast. Most of companies free breakfast or you need to pay. So typically you will reach 8:30. You will have breakfast, and normally you start at 9 o'clock office. So 9 to 12 is 12:30. You will work. In between, you will also take a coffee or tea break with all your colleagues. You'll spend some time together.
Really social.
Very social. Around 12:30, again with your team, you will go for lunch. And after lunch, normally, typically we take a walk, and then again start, and again have a coffee break at 3 or 4 o'clock. And and then typically the work will end 5:30, 6 p.m. in the, and again you come back home, and of course then children and typical dinner and stuff like that. So this is normally life on weekdays. And on weekends, of course, then you go for a shopping and like normally for me on weekends, normally I do a lot of prayers. We call it puja. So in the early morning we do puja. We also do sometimes yoga, and it depends on individual. And weekends are very happening. Like unlike here, on Saturday, Sundays, malls are open, shops are open till 11 o'clock night. So you really, enjoy. There is no closing time for kitchen.
Oh, so you have a lot of time to do different stuff.
So this is one thing is different than here. Because here I see like Saturday people are a bit stressed out because they need to finish the shopping and, grocery and so on.
Yeah, true.
So this is a big difference between India and Austria. Sometimes we miss that, but but we know that here it's mainly also, people who are working in malls, they also need to take a rest and, so I understand why it is like this. So, this is typical, and basically, this is how it is in India.
Okay, so thank you for your answers until now. We are now going to take a little break and play a little game together.
Okay.
So we have
Interesting.
we have 2 boards here,
Okay.
and we are going to get 3 questions. It's a guessing game, so we
Okay.
need to guess the answer, and we're gonna write it on the other side of the board.
Okay.
And then I will count to 3, and we're gonna show our answers to the camera. And whoever is closest wins. And if you have 2 points, then you win the game.
Oh, okay.
So it's 2 out of 3.
So we need to guess something. Oh.
Yeah. We're going to get the questions, and it's just
Need to guess the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know the questions either, so it's fair. And there's some chalk for you.
I will write the answer here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're gonna show it to the camera. Okay.
How many billion baguettes are sold every year in France?
Every year. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
10 billion.
I guess 5 billion.
6 billion baguettes.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
that was good. Okay.
So you
have
won.
Yeah, you have some paper on your table. You
Yeah,
can use
sure.
to wipe the board. Okay. Next question.
Cycling is a very popular way to get around Austrian cities. How many bicycle thefts were reported in 2022 in all of Austria?
Then you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. So you guessed 50,000?
Yeah, same 50,000.
I guess 3,270.
16,824 thefts.
Okay, so I am closer. Okay.
German is known for long words.
Yeah.
How many letters does the longest word have?
Oh God. A lot. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, we guessed the same thing.
30.
I guess 32.
80.
What?
80? Oh, okay.
Donaudampfschiffsfahrt, Elektrizitäten, Hauptbetriebswerk, Bau, Unterbeamtengesellschaft.
Oh, okay.
Who uses that anyway? Okay, so what's the score? I won.
Okay,
What?
great.
Okay. But you still get a present, even though just for being here, you have to catch it.
Interesting. Thank you. Thanks.
Some Austrian sweets.
For
I hope you
kindness.
like them.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's start into the topic area 2. And I've already mentioned in the beginning that you've moved around the world quite a lot.
Yeah.
So what is it like for you to kind of pack up your whole life and move to another city or country?
Yeah, for me it's always interesting. So when we decide, so basically we decide with family together whether to move or not. Like when we went to Paris or now we came to Graz. So we are always excited to learn new things professionally as well as personally. Even children are also excited to explore different way of schooling. So maybe that's the the motivation behind it. Yeah. And yeah, that's what I would say. It's basically, I would say, restart of the life. I would say, to come to a different culture, different sets of people, different belief system, different culture, different language, different way of schooling, and so on. So yeah, it's interesting experience for us so far to learn new things. And normally we love traveling. Me, my wife, even now kids are also following us.
Yeah.
So we explore new places and yeah. So that's what I would say so far. Yeah.
I think it's always nice to see something new.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your life in Paris, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
So you've lived in Paris for how long?
So basically, I stayed in Paris maybe close to 3 years, but at different intervals. So first time I went to Paris in 2007. So I, for a couple of months. So it was a first trip from official trip to Paris from my side. It was very interesting because I was the first one to go to our partner company in Paris to start the collaboration between France and India companies.
Nice.
And there was no one from India there, so I was the first one to go, and it was very interesting because many of my colleagues that time whom I was supposed to work, they were not knowing English properly. Some people were knowing, so some guys were a bit reserved. Maybe they were having a hesitation to talk with me because they don't know English. And yeah, so it was very interesting experience. Even some colleagues were very reserved. But it started that way. I was also very nervous in office because I need to start, working with them, share their workload and so on. That's where I started alone in Paris, and then it really went well in the office. When I went second time, when I was returning, my colleague organized surprise party for me.
Oh, that's really
I was
nice.
thrilled to see her, and the same colleague was a bit reserved in the first week of Paris. Yeah, so overall, it was interesting experience, I would say, first time. And coming to my first visit to Paris, so when apart from office, so of course Paris is a very happening city, very famous, so it was like, wow, I'm in Paris. And I got a very small apartment on the top floor of the old building without lift. And interesting thing was, from that apartment you can see Eiffel Tower.
Oh, really?
That was
really
I will never forget that apartment. It was a very wonderful experience. And yeah, so I was alone that time, and then I could make some friends in office, and still I'm in touch with them. And over weekends, I used to explore Paris, and I really love Paris. It's very vibrant, very happening city. There's so many tourists. So sometimes I was getting very homesick, and then I just need to. I was just going out, just going for a walk and so on, and then it used to help me a lot. And then second time in 2010, 2011, then I went to Paris for more than a year with my family. It was a different experience. Of course, in the office there was no issue because it's more international and so on. But at outside office, sometimes they don't know English. So since you don't know French, so there was some kind of difficulties. But overall, it was good experience. And that time my daughter was born. She was just few months old. And I think what we experience is when you are in a family with children, they are very welcoming in the trams, bus. They will give some space, and they will help you out. Especially the people who are aged, they are very happy to see babies and so on. And luckily we were staying in the center of Paris. So I think overall it went fine. And of course, in some places, since we don't know French, it was sometimes difficult, but overall it was very good experience. Even third time we went along with the family, and we never got bored of Paris, I would say.
It's a really beautiful city.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. And especially in France, it's very important. You open conversation with some greetings, like bonjour, salut, or at least good morning in English if you don't know French. Otherwise, they don't like to talk. If you just simply ask, I need help, but some people may not like it. I think it's very important. You start conversation with some greetings. And one thing which I see, I really appreciate there is like when you come to office, each colleague will go to every other colleague and greet them, morning and so on, each place.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of work.
So every day whoever comes to office, he or she will go to colleagues' desk, each colleague desk, and greet them, and then start working.
It seems like it takes some time to plan in some time before you actually start to work.
So, and as we know, French language is very sweet. And it takes, it's very interesting to experience that.
It really sounds really nice. Thank you for sharing your experience with us.
Thank you.
And also, thank you for being here today. But before we wrap up our session, I have a small sticker for you.
Okay.
And you can place the sticker on the suitcase just behind you. So every one of our guests gets a sticker.
Okay. So here, you mean?
Yeah. Just where you feel most comfortable putting it.
Thank you.
So, again, thank you for being here today. It was really nice to hear about your own experiences. And also, thank you to our listeners. If you enjoyed the video, leave us a like and a comment if you have something to say, and subscribe to our channel for more episodes like this. We'll see each other in the next video.